Recording.
Oh,
Díganme un dairy selection.
dígame al programnya le funzionare.
All right, I want to welcome everyone who's joining us today. And for those of you that are here, it's so wonderful to see you in person and to have this opportunity to be together today. And for those of you that are joining us virtually, we do want to welcome you and also thank you for being here to support your friends and loved ones graduating either from the class of 2021 or the class of 2020. So I want to make a few, I think, comments before we move into the recognition portion of this event. And, for those of you who are supporting a graduate, a family member or friend, please know that we thank you for the support that you've given these folks over the last couple years. And I know that they appreciate that from you as well. One thing I thought about a lot today and going into today is that, we've kind of had this unprecedented last year and a handful of months. And in many ways, we can point to times where it felt as though COVID had taken things from us. ranging. People have faced adversity from losing loved ones, all the way to just a complete disruption to our daily lives and routines. One thing I think about as we head into graduation, however, is that COVID cannot take this accomplishment away from anybody. Your education is one thing in your life that nobody can take away, and nothing can take that away from you. And so I think for that, we have reason to just remember that there is a reason to celebrate, and that the future is bright, regardless of what it has maybe seemed like over the last 15 or so months. When we enter into the health professions, regardless of whatever discipline we choose, we know that we're going into this to serve others. And we immediately learn in that education that adaptability is going to be required of us throughout the entirety of our career in service to other people. When I think about the classes of 2021 and 2020, I can't think in modern times of a group of college graduates who are more prepared to enter the workforce and be adaptable. Because you've proven time and again to this point that not only can you do that, but you can do that with grace. Again, in the health professions, this idea that we're called to serve for the betterment of other people. One thing that happened obviously unique in the experiences of both of your graduating classes was a global pandemic. I think it reminds us in the health profession of health information management that we have a unique role in our healthcare delivery system. Sometimes you hear HIM professionals say that we take care of patients by caring for their data. And I think if we consider that in the context of what the human experience has been for the last 15 months, I think that's more evident than ever. When I think about the patient health record, these are really sacred stories of the human experience. That has, I think, been no more evident than what we have seen family members and our friends and other loved ones in society deal with. And we have an important role to protect those sacred stories. I think from the perspective of how do we manage resources in healthcare, we know that that's always a paramount challenge and concern. We know that one way that we do that is by smart use of data. More than ever, as we embark kind of into the post-COVID era, what a unique call you're all being given to do, to support organizations in these ways, in the varied roles that you'll assume, of how do we move forward from an unprecedented time. We also saw during the pandemic the immediate pivot in the healthcare industry to meet patients and consumers where they were. That requires strategic use of health IT. And while we aren't here to be, tech per se, we all know that smart use of health IT is only smart use when we've strategically used the data and information within those systems. And again, I think the last comment I would make about, I think what these circumstances have illustrated for our profession is that, more than ever, the focus on how we care for people in our healthcare system has to be more about the health of populations. It really has to be this careful understanding of outcomes and the implications of decisions that we have to make to operate every day. And again, in health information management, you'll all go on and play very different roles. But coming back to kind of one pivotal, I think, juncture is that you have the expertise to help healthcare organizations, policymakers, the public, vendors, and other stakeholders to healthcare really understand the data and information we have so that we can be wiser. I want everybody, all of our graduates, to know that I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you. I've watched you all navigate difficult experiences beyond what we've ever seen our students have to navigate. And I'm blown away every time I think about that, because the grace, the professionalism, the patience that everyone demonstrated. It's something that you should all really carry as a badge of honor as you leave us. So with that, I want to be the first to congratulate you as colleagues. I've viewed you that way the whole time, but it really is in this official capacity as you navigate this weekend that that honor is something that I'm glad to have. So before we go into the awards portion, by name, I do want to recognize each graduate from the class of 2021 and the class of 2020. For the class of 2021, Elena Voss, Alana Fawcett, Amber Davidson, Cassidy Lee, Chris Woods, Dawson Clark, Drake Mattis, Hosanna Gurma, Husnain Kazar, Jennifer Rosler, Krista Stapfer, Lauren Atzenweiler, Michael McGreevy, Riddhi Konajetti, Verit Singnoy, and Zachary Allender. Now I'd like to congratulate by name the class of 2020 graduates. Amani Abusalam, Brianna Moody, Catherine Ross, Clarissa Mann, Connor Whalen, Danielle Kirkendall, Devin DeJoseph, Gloria Herr, Jake Hensley, Jake Kramer, Jonah Nolan, Karan Sarai, Madison Gerhart, McKenna Wiley, Precious Dela Cruz, Rachel Kim, Sarah Lyden, Stacy Langley, Tyler Heinen, and Vanessa Hodges. I want to take a moment to show our appreciation and thanks to graduates from both the class of 2021 as well as 2020 who were selected by their peers to serve in leadership roles of campus engagement with their peers. For the class of 2021, Chris Woods served as president, Lauren Atzenweiler, vice president, Husnain Kazar, financial officer, Cassidy Lee, secretary, Alana Fawcett, event officer, and Hosanna Gurma, SHP student senator. Thank you. For the class of 2020, we'd like to give thanks to Madison Gerhart, who served as president, Vanessa Hodges, who served as vice president, Connor Whalen, financial officer, Precious Dela Cruz, secretary, Sarah Lyden, event officer, Tyler Heinen, event officer, and Amani Abusalam, SHP student senator. Thank you. I also want to take a moment to thank Connor Whalen of the class of 2020 and Riddhi Konajetti of the class of 2021. Both served our component state association of the Kansas Health Information Management Association as our student representatives. Thank you for that service. Now moving into the awards portion. Each year, the Department of Health Information Management selects one student to receive an Outstanding HIM Student Award. The candidate selected for this award is somebody who has demonstrated excellence in academics, service, and commitment to the profession. For the class of 2021, and I will welcome you to come to the podium to receive your certificate, Elena Voss. Yeah, I know. I guess we won't shake. What do we do here? Congratulations. Similarly, for the class of 2020, we'd like to also recognize that award winner during our time here today. And for the class of 2020, Devin DeJoseph. The Academic Achievement Award is identified and looking at criteria of academic achievement, not only GPA, but promise, progress, and commitment to academics. For the class of 2020, please help me congratulate Precious Dela Cruz. And for the class of 2021, please let's recognize Dawson Clark. Congratulations. The Alpha Eta Society is a national honor society recognizing top scholars from academic programs in the health professions. Each year, based on a series of criteria and percentage of graduates from academic programs, our department nominates a handful of candidates. I'd like to recognize those who were nominated for the class of 2020. Catherine Ross, Devin DeJoseph, Madison Gerhart, and Tyler Heinen. I'd also like to take this time to honor the same folks for the class of 2021 receiving an invitation to the Alpha Eta Honor Society. Elena Voss, Dawson Clark, Jennifer Rosler, Michael McGreevy. At the University of Kansas, for undergraduate degree completers, options for graduating with distinction or highest distinction pertain to the top percentages of each graduating class. This is reflective of students from programs throughout the University of Kansas. For the class of 2021, please join me in congratulating Zachary Allender, who will graduate with distinction on Sunday. For the class of 2021, we also have an individual graduating the top 5% of the graduating class of the University of Kansas class of 2021. Please join me in congratulating Dawson Clark. For the class of 2020, I'd like to take a moment to also recognize that graduate graduating with distinction, and that was Devin DeJoseph. That concludes the awards portion of our ceremony. Now, the mic will be open for faculty who may want to share words of encouragement, support, or your insights from the last couple of years in working with these graduates.
Hi, everyone. Joining us online and here today. I echo the words that Rose spoke at the beginning. I have never seen two classes of students who have had more to overcome that is totally outside of your control. And you have all proceeded with grace and dignity and a level of perseverance and commitment to achieving your goals that I have been proud to be a part of, proud to watch, witness all of you finish strong and achieve those goals. So I echo Rose's welcome to all of you as colleagues, and I look forward to seeing what is in store for you next. And I hope that you stay friends with all of us, and so we are able to watch you guys as you become professionals. Thank you.
So this is going to be brief because I'm having a little trouble keeping it together. I have just been overwhelmed by what's transpired these past 2 years and how you guys just never let it stop you. You just kept your eyes on the goal and you persevered. And I just know you're going to go off and become phenomenal professionals. And I just wish you the best of luck and congratulations for a job well done.
Yeah, I think some of you saw an email that I sent this week, and I made the admission that the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, you will all remain with me in a completely different way than any other class has in my academic career, because what we have all went through together, what you've experienced and had to endure, it's just unique. And so a special place in my mind and heart, for sure. I do want to take a moment. I have a message to share with the group from Bobby Lantz, who had a family matter arise today. And so that pulled her away from being able to attend. But she definitely wants each and every one of you to know how proud she is, the level of admiration that she would like to express to all of you. And please accept that with sincerity. You know, she was very conflicted to have to be pulled away from this event today, because I know, as you guys know, having worked with her as a professor, you know, she has such a commitment to each and every one of you and your success. And she just wants you to know how much support she wants to offer you as you go on to your next chapter. The Dean of, oh, yeah. Got Caitlin here.
I can't stop the crying, and I hope I don't start crying, but I hope you all know by now how I feel about all of you individually. You guys are such an inspiration to me as a human being, as a professor, all of the above. I think, just as everyone has said, you guys have shown so much strength and grace over this year, and you know, you could have very easily turned negative, and you didn't, and you were all there supporting each other and supporting us throughout this entire journey. And I just want to thank you for the positive attitudes that you always brought to my class and the time that we shared together. And I do hope that we all stay in touch and that you guys are welcome back anytime.
You have to at this point, right? Yeah.
First off, thank you guys for being so kind to me, being my first year teaching. You guys were phenomenal, considering I jumped right in and had no idea what I was doing. So thank you for allowing me that grace. Just remember to advocate for yourself. And I know you guys are going to be great. The way you guys were able to pivot and be able to do this online is definitely something that happens in our industry a lot. So I think you guys are going to be great out there. Keep in touch. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to always reach out.
Now, the Dean of the KU School of Health Professions is kind of out making the rounds today with all the different events. And obviously it's been a very transient week once again that we've kind of been modifying and changing course. And so I have a few closing remarks to make after I do that. And not only to have an opportunity to say hi to him if you're able to stay for a few minutes, but just for us to have some time of fellowship together, to kind of catch up and debrief together before we part ways heading into the graduation weekend. I'd like to welcome you to do that. You know, I think, again, it's really been an honor, and I can't say that enough. And I can tell you with certainty that the experiences that we've had with all of you, the graduates from both of these classes, it has enriched us as educators, faculty, health professionals ourselves. And so I think for that, I really do want to thank you guys. I have these 3 quotes that I always share. And I kind of want to, you know, sort of explain why these 3 always stand out to me when I think about graduation time. I mean, you know, in the health professions, and it's rightfully deserved, we go through a career where we receive awards. You know, we grow our expertise, we gain credentials, letters behind our names. We're recognized for the work that we do. But when you strip that all away, who do you want to be, you know? And I think that's the thing that you have to carry with you through the lifetime of your careers. You know, like he says, it's the knowing that we can be trusted. You know, that truth doesn't have to be fearful, but who we are with that kind of integrity, I think really kind of establishes us as individuals and professionals. And so I always think about this quote at graduation time. And this is the other one. And I hope that you've gathered this sentiment from all that we've shared with you today. I think kind of as humans, we go through, you know, life and things are difficult. Sometimes there's the highs and lows. I think sometimes we underestimate how pivotal even the smallest interactions are that we have with people, and how we can change their lives in moments, conversations, and maybe not realize what we've done for somebody. And so, you know, being able to work with these 2 graduating classes, all of you, I just see so much integrity in who you are. And I know I probably don't need to remind these groups that you're leaving a part of who you are everywhere you go. And that's a really phenomenal gift, I think, and to never forget that. And then this is the other one I always share at graduation time. Definitely very fitting given what everyone has kind of navigated through. But sometimes I think it takes a long time to realize that this is true, but you know, nobody wants to admit that there's losses in life, right? Like there's disappointments. We don't like to focus on that. And well, we don't need to focus on it, I guess. But I think realizing that some of these hardest periods that we go through in our professional lives and our personal lives, incidentally, so many times it projects us to another space where something even more positive and rewarding comes. And that's what I see for you guys. I think that you are being projected into a complete opportunity-filled career, you know, personal opportunities. And it's completely, you know, I think the sky is the limit for what any of you are able to do. And just knowing that these losing streaks, there's always a payoff eventually. And sometimes it's hard to see that at the time, but I feel that's true. And so with that, that concludes our formal program. I do want to again welcome you to hang out for a little bit, chat with each other. If you haven't seen each other in person for a while, chat with us. Again, the dean, if he's able to navigate over here, given his schedule with everything kind of being mixed up today, then we will certainly be welcoming him as well. As you do prepare to leave, for those of you that have joined us in person, please make sure you stop by the back table, take a cupcake to go, as well as a gift box that's been prepared for everybody. For those of you who are graduating from either graduating class who are joining us virtually, please know that in the coming weeks, we will also be mailing one of the graduate gift boxes to your homes. If you have any concerns that we may not have a current address for you, please feel free to email me or Angela. And with that, again, I just want to thank you and congratulate you. Just the sincerest of congratulations, and cheers to the class of 2020 and 2021.